Hello and welcome back to ManVFilm. We're going to look at Arrow's September announcements, which I've got to say is probably one of the best months they've had in a while. They've had some good months recently. This is a particularly strong one, so let's dive in, have a look at some of the titles. We're going to start with the US Canadian releases first of all. We've got Borsalino Limited Edition. 2 years before The Godfather and 3 years before The Sting, there was Borsalino, a wildly entertaining period-set gangster movie that brought together two icons of French cinema, Jean-Paul Belmondo and Alain Delon. Marseille, 1930, a small-time gangster, Roche Chiffredi, is released from prison and finds that his former girlfriend, Lola, has moved on and is now with Francois Capella, another petty crook. Initially at odds, the two men form a partnership that will see them rise through the ranks of organised crime in Marseille. But how far will they go in pursuit of power, and what price will they be forced to pay? It sounds like the typical kind of gangster movie, rise and ultimate fall. But it sounds great. I've never heard of this one before. I won't go into too much of the extras because I don't want a long video here. There's a lot of titles to get through. I would like to see that film. If it comes on the Arrow Player, I would definitely check it out. Next up, we've got The Prodigal Son Limited Edition. In 1978, actor-director Sammo Hung gave Hong Kong audiences the Wing Chun crash course of Warriors 2. While his next directorial effort, 1979's Knockout, gave Yuen Biao the chance to shine as its lead star. But it would be in 1981 that he would combine Biao's newfound screen presence and the legacy of Warriors 2's Leung Xian into what is considered one of the best directorial efforts, The Prodigal Son. Leung Sang is a wealthy young man living the dream, thinking he's the kung fu king of the town of Foshan. However, his dream is about to become a nightmare when he's easily beaten by in a fight by a star of a travelling opera troupe. I've reviewed this one already. There is a review on the channel if you want to go and check it out. It came part of the Eureka Classics along with Warriors 2. It was a 2-pack set. I preferred this one to Warriors 2. It's got some stunning action set pieces in it, some great performances, standout film. Next up, we have Ringu Limited Edition 4K HD. Now, we've already had Ring on Blu-ray a while back. This is a 4K presentation of it. A group of teenagers are found dead, their bodies grotesquely contorted, their faces twisted in terror. Rico, a journalist and the aunt of one of the victims, set out to investigate the shocking phenomenon, and in the process uncovers a creepy urban legend about a supposedly cursed videotape, the contents of which cause anyone who views it to die within a week, unless they can persuade someone else to watch it, and in doing so, pass on the curse. Ringu's terrific. It is a fantastic film. I think the Blu-ray is really good as well. I'm happy with my box set, so I won't be upgrading this one. But if you don't have it, if you're interested, the first one's the best. This should be a great one to pick up. It also comes with the original artwork slipcover, which is Arrow Store exclusive. Next up, we have Blood in Black Lace, which is great because it's been out of print for a while. And this is the Blu-ray version of it. It also comes in the 4K Ultra HD edition and the Art Original slipcase. Having established the template for the giallo with The Girl Who Knew Too Much, Bava set about cementing its rules with Blood and Black Lace. In doing so, he created one of the most influential films ever made, an Italian classic that would spearhead the giallo genre, provide a prototype for the slasher movie, and have huge effect on filmmakers as diverse as Argento and Scorsese. 6 models, 6 victims for a crazed masked killer. The Christian haute couture fashion house is home to models and backstabbing and blackmail and drug deals and murder. I love Blood and Black Lace. I think it is a phenomenal film and I cannot wait to get this on 4K. It's It's got a brand new 4K restoration by Arrow Films. It's got a absolute wealth of extras, which again I won't go through because I don't want a super long video here. I'm probably going to get the art original slipcase just because it will kind of go nice with my Argento art original, but then I do kind of, what do you prefer? The new artwork, the old artwork? Let me know in the comment box below. Next up, we have Carlito's Way 4K UHD. And we have the original artwork version as well. You know, gangster Carlito Brigante gets released early from prison thanks to the work of his lawyer Kleinfeld. Found to go straight, Carlito nonetheless finds dangers waiting for him in the outside world. As Carlito works towards redemption, Kleinfeld sinks into cocaine-fueled corruption. When Kleinfeld crosses the mob, Carlito gets caught in the crossfire and has to face a hard choice. Remain loyal to the friend who freed him, or protect his new life with the woman he loves. With enemies closing in from all sides, Carlito must find his way before it's too late. Terrific film. I love Carlito's Way. You get the 4K, you get the Blu-ray, which I love to see, including both of these. A whole wealth of extras as well. And in any other month, this would have been a great announcement. I would have jumped on this one. Unfortunately, there's just too many other good things out this month, like the Psycho Collection on Blu-ray and the Psycho Collection on 4K Ultra HD. We all go a little mad sometimes. Shattering expectations and shocking audiences around the world, Hitchcock's Psycho changed the face of cinema in 1960, and it remains one of the most iconic and influential movies ever. 23 years later, Australian filmmaker Richard Franklin boldly followed in the master's footsteps and directed Psycho 2, a sequel that not only delivered on the promise of his earlier films, but also lived up to Hitchcock's original. Norman Bates has declared sane and released from the facility in which he was being held, despite the complaints of the Elia Loomis, sister of Norman's most famous victim. All Norman wants to do is live quietly and productively as a normal member of society. But is returning to the house he once shared with his mother and running around the motel that was the site of so many murders really a good idea? Is he cured, or will he kill again? Psycho 2 is fantastic and way better than it had any right to be. Richard Franklin was a fantastic director. Psycho 3 would see Anthony Perkins himself take the franchise reins for his directorial debut, bringing a stylish flair that suggests his time working with not only Hitchcock, but Orson Welles, Ken Russell had been well spent. A fallen nun, a sleazy drifter, and a curious reporter looking for a scoop all arrive at the Bates Motel, and Mother is less than happy, especially when Norman begins to fall in love. Meanwhile, in Psycho 4, The Beginning, written by Joseph Stefano, screenwriter of the original, and directed by Mick Garris, returns to the primal scene to show us how it all began in Anthony Perkins' final franchise appearance. Rehabilitated and happily married, Norman Bates has finally escaped from the overbearing influence of his abusive mother. But his wife is pregnant, and Norman finds himself afraid that the child will inherit his mental illness. When he hears talk radio host Fran Ambrose discussing the topic of matricide, Norman calls under a false name to tell his story. Starring Henry Thomas as young Norman, Olivia Hussey as his mother Norma. Presented for the first time in the UK on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, featuring all new restorations of Psycho 2, 3 and 4 from the original camera negatives. Arrow Video invites you back inside the Bates Motel and wishes you a very pleasant stay. Now, we have all these films here. I'm assuming the disc one is the transfer from the Universal disc. It's outstanding. I have that already. Great. I can't wait to get my hands on the other ones, which I won't go through the extras, but what I will say is there is a 5th 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray on this one, which has the presentation of Psycho 4 in the 1:33:1 TV aspect ratio, as well as having the 1:78:1 aspect ratio as well. So you get 5 4K discs here in this set. I think this set is a terrific announcement. And if it wasn't for Blood or Black Lace, this would be my standout. It's just a phenomenal set. It's a great month. When you look at it here, there's lots to choose from. I feel kind of bad that both my picks of the month, Blood and Black Lace in 4K and the Psycho Collection in 4K, are UK only titles. But there we have it. I would love to pick up Carlito's Way as well, but that's pushing the boat out a little bit too far. Blood and Black Lace, absolutely. Psycho on 4K. Can't wait to get my hands on that. I really can't. I think it's a terrific month, one of the best ones that they've had for the longest while. I would love to know, what's your pick of the month? What are you getting? What do you think is truly exciting? And can I just say, if you haven't seen Blood or Black Lace, you're interested in, you enjoy Italian films, that's an absolute outstanding pick. So let me know your thoughts in the comment box below, what you think is the announcement or the title of the month for the September announcements, and what you're picking up, if anything at all. There's more content up here. You can see more of my stuff if you're interested, and in the description box below are links to the Patreon, membership program, and manvfilm.com, all ways in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.